I just want to say that it's so amazing that on this day 2 years ago I made my first ever like Instagram story, just speaking about how I wanted to introduce a couple of projects. I'm gonna be inserting the video right here so that you can see it. Oh my gosh, guys, can you guys believe that 2023 is almost over and there's only like 4 months left within the year? That's so crazy to me, because like 2023 has been so amazing to me in terms of me discovering who I am as a person, what's my purpose in life, as well as who's my future self and who is she. So before the year is over, I want to kickstart a couple of projects, and I want to answer any questions that you guys may have about like how I've been able to realize who I am, you know, what's my purpose. If you guys have any personal questions, I'm going to be answering that as well. So feel free to ask me. Nothing is off topic, nothing is off limits, so I'm going to be answering anything and everything. So I'm going to be posting an anonymous link right here whereby you guys can ask me anonymous questions in case you don't feel comfortable asking me from your main page, and I'm going to be answering everything, so feel free to ask. Do you notice how I constantly kept saying and now just looking at my newer videos whereby I'm just speaking directly, I'm able to actually have a conversation without saying and then I just had the realization that, you know, self-improvement is such a powerful thing, because schools, they do not teach you about self-improvement. What self-development classes does high school have? Does middle school have? Elementary have? You know, we're always so focused on academia that we're never really focused on the inner part of us. And that's why so many people, they're done with school and then it's like, that's it, you're out into the real world and there's no more learning. When you're in school, you're striving to get a good job. That's what school teaches you. When you get older, you get a good job. They don't talk about entrepreneurship. They don't talk about having and running your own business. They don't talk about it. I feel that these school systems, they need to be able to focus not only on the academia, but also on the self-development, self-improvement classes. Like, they need to have those kinds of classes, because that's why people nowadays are not worried about self-improvement, because they were never taught that. Their parents never really pushed that. If you pay attention, parents, certain parents, all they push is for you to go to school. My parents, being Dominican, I'm first generation American. They just pushed me to go to school, go to school, go to school, get a good job, get a good job, get a good job. Never entrepreneurship, never running your own business, never focusing on self-development, never continuously learning. That's why some people feel that they're missing something. They feel this inner void within them and they can't put it into words because the void is so deep that they just don't have the words for it. They don't have the word. They don't know how to explain it. They don't know how to describe it. They don't know what it is that they're even feeling, but they're feeling that something is missing. And that something that is missing is that area of self-development. Who are you? That's the most powerful question a human can ask. Who am I? And that usually happens when you're in your late 20s, early 30s. And when you ask who am I, that's basically the start of a midlife crisis. And I'm just so happy, like I can literally cry tears of joy, because I was able to realize that I was missing, I was feeling something missing so powerful, that void within me that just, you know, it never stopped my curiosity from finding it out. What is this void that I'm feeling? Who am I? And within my journey of just self-discovery, I'm just so glad that it happened at the age that I had it. I was like, what? It was about 2 years ago. Yeah, like 2023. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I was going, what I was doing with my life. I was feeling the burnout. I was feeling the pressure. I was feeling that something was missing. I just didn't know what it was until I, was like, I have to find out what's going on within me. And I went to Barnes and Nobles and I picked up that book, The 4 Agreements and Mastery of Love, and it just changed my whole life. And I'm so glad that it did. I'm so glad that every year I just focused on accomplishing something. Towards the end of 2023, I started my YouTube. 2024, I opened my LLC. I started writing. I was studying. I was reading books. If you see all the books that I have, you'll be like, whoa, that's a lot of books. I have about 100 books in my house. All that I've read. Self-development, self-improvement. Why? Because I didn't have any information on it. I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know where to look. And that's why I do what I do. Because I want to be that light for someone. I want to inspire someone. I want to be able to motivate someone. I want to be the same way that I say that the 4 agreements changed my life. I want someone to say, Rosani changed my life. A lighter rose changed my life. A lighter rose inspired me. A lighter rose motivated me. It was a lighter rose, a lighter rose. And that's why I want to share my light with everyone in the world. And I put out my YouTube content and I put out my writing content. I started writing on Substack. So if you don't have me on Substack, I'm gonna be linking it in the description box so that you can get emails from me directly to your inbox. On Instagram, I have my Soul Seed channels where I send messages. A lot of people don't know about the inner work that they're required to do. Life requires it. School required you to learn the textbooks, and that's false history anyways. That stuff was written so that us people of color could forget about our ancestors, our true real history. That's what society did. But now when we go into the real world, we're lost. Where do we go? Where do we turn to? Who? It's powerful shit, man. That's why as soon as you're done with college, it's like, boom, life hits you. And you have to take accountability. You have to know that this is what I learned, but I need to know more. I need to learn about myself now. So while I'm here just looking at the journey that I've been through and that I continue to go through, because it's a journey that doesn't stop. It's my soul's journey. Everyone has a soul. Everyone that has a soul is an eternal being. You're telling me that this is all there is to life? Work? Buildings? What about that up there? What about what's out there? No one knows. What's in the ocean? No one knows. There's probably infinite amount of ocean that hasn't been explored yet. Infinite amount of space that has not been explored yet, and yet we limit ourselves. Why? But listen, this message, keep going, man. Just keep pushing, keep striving to be a better person. Learn to read books, learn to find videos, people that will motivate you. Look for it. If you don't look for it, then what are you doing? Because you have to go out looking for this information. If anyone comes to you with a piece of information, you have to verify that for yourself. If I said the 4 agreements changed my life, you should be like, okay, let me go see. Let me go see what this book is about. If I say I'm putting out inspiration and motivation daily, you should be like, let me go see. Let me go check it out. Let me go check out Alida Rose's page. Don't take my word for anything. Go out and find out yourself. See for yourself. But yeah, I just got a little emotional because it's like the growth is real, bro. The growth is amazing. The growth is just so beautiful. And the growth continues. So I just, wanted to share my thoughts real quick. That insight just came to me and I'm like, yeah, let me share it.